Okay, folks, look, after looking at that thumbnail, and I know you guys out there love the chicken, you guys want to check this one out. I'm gonna make a chicken casserole that's gonna be so over the top, it's gonna make you slap your mama. Let's get it. Okay, so look, we finna go over some of these ingredients right here. Don't forget, I done made a couple of videos in the past by using one of these right here. That's that rotisserie chicken. It is cool that we can just go pick one of these up, probably spend about $7, $8 max, and you can use this, right? Now, if you guys look over here, look, we got a few ingredients. And yes, I am gonna be using a canned soup, right? This right here is gonna be key. We got butter, we got cottage cheese, cream cheese, we got sour cream, we got dry ingredients. And listen, when you say casserole, you know it's gonna probably be cheesy, right? So we got mozzarella, this is my cream cheese, but let's talk about this right here. I'm using the flavored Ritz. I don't know if you guys can get these, it's worth it. If you guys can go on Amazon and just order yourself some. Anytime they say any type of breading, you know you guys can use crackers. I'm just gonna bring and teach everybody that right there, right? Then we got stock. I got it already pre-shredded. We about to make it happen. Let's get it. This is what I did. I already pre-shredded this just to save a little bit of time, right? It started from a rotisserie chicken. And for all of my people that are out there that wants to like smoke their own chicken, you can do that too to give it that smoky flavor, right? So what you're gonna need is about 4 cups of shredded chicken. Now I'm gonna move this out the way and I'm gonna go ahead and shred my cheese. This goes together super easy, folks. All right, so we finna go ahead and shred our cheese, right? I've explained to this, and for those of you guys that are new, let me explain it again. You wanna use block cheese. If you buy it pre-shredded, it has that waxy film on it, and it just doesn't, you know, like melt properly. I mean, it melts properly, it's just longer, and then you got extra additives in there that you don't need. This right here is just true mozzarella. Now we wanna go ahead and shred this and get ourselves about 1 cup, right? Now, I'm not finna bore you guys, you know that we gotta do that, so you guys do that on your end. I'm gonna set this off to the side right here. Now, pay attention to this right here. These right here are flavored. This right here says garlic butter, you got the original, and then you got everything. I'm using the garlic butter, you know what I mean, because we all know that flavor and everybody loves it, so we add a little garlic flavor, garlic butter flavor to our shredded chicken. If you guys can get this or you have to order it, do it, folks. It is worth the process of getting these. All right, so last thing that we gotta prep, and that's gonna be our parsley, right? So I'm gonna go ahead and take this, start, you know, getting this chopped down. We kind of like gonna mince it a little bit. It gives it a little color and, you know, and flavor. Now don't forget, the full recipe is on my website. That's Smokin and Grillin with AB.com, and that's WITAB.com. Now I want to tell you, when you get to this part right here, because we get ready to start mixing and then put it into the casserole dish, what you want to do is you want to go ahead and preheat your oven to 350 degrees. All right, so look, once we prep this right, you're only gonna need about a 1/4 cup. That might be a little bit, that's about right. All right, so now we're gonna talk about this creamy chicken right here. This right here is where it becomes super moist, right? So let me throw this away. Now you wanna get yourself, you know, a spatula, and you wanna put all of your ingredients in here. The reason I say get a spatula, I don't want you guys to use no fork because you're gonna leave something in the inside. I actually have a smaller spatula, but for now, we just gonna go ahead and get this in here. Okay, so look, I really want to show this. Now, I done put the cream of chicken in my bowl already, right? But I want you guys to notice that I have the rest of these right here. If you line your ingredients as you measure them out and put them there, and then you put them in the order, this tells me that all of this goes in here, and this will be my wet. All right, now I'm gonna come with my sour cream, right? Remember, get that spatula. And it's okay if some sour cream get on the cream of chicken or some of your dry ingredients get in there. Doesn't make no difference. It's gonna all get mixed up together anyway. Come with that cottage cheese. Talk to me down at the bottom and let me know down in that comment section below. How many of y'all gonna say, I don't eat cottage cheese, AB? Now we finna come with the dry ingredients. And then I'm gonna go ahead and get this separated. I'm gonna add my sour cream. I think I just said sour cream, but this is my cream cheese. And don't forget, you see how it's starting to break up right like that? It must be room temperature, and you guys will understand that in just 1 second. All right, now that we got everything in here, you want to get yourself a whisk. And I'm gonna tell you what's key is we must have that cream cheese at room temperature. And this is how you gonna know. You know what I mean? Because when you start mixing this together like this, if it's hard, you're gonna have a hard time getting that to, you know, marry with the rest of your ingredients, right? I'll show that, you guys can see that. Look at the color, you see that? That's telling me we get mixed. Now, because we use cream cheese, cottage cheese, sour cream, it's got a white tint to it. If it's not all the way, you know, turn the color of your seasoning or whatever you guys are using, then you know you gotta continue on. Now, I'm using like a rubber / plastic, you know, whisk. right? So it allows me to use it almost like a spatula. Notice how I run this around the edge like that, right? So that way you can look at it. Sometimes I use glass bowls because I like to look around the sides to see to make sure everything is incorporated. But you see that right there? That tells me we got a nice mixture. So once you got everything incorporated, you guys can do this at whatever step you would like, but I'm gonna add my parsley to it right now, right? So you guys can see just how it should look. It should smell incredible to you also. And don't forget, I'm gonna be reading them comments down at the bottom section, hearing about that cottage cheese. Now you guys can do, make a substitute, it's up to you. You guys, I just say Google it. I could tell you, but I want you guys to come up with all your options just to figure out like if that's what you wanna do. But I do suggest, if you can have it and there's nothing medically wrong with you, try it this way. I promise you this right here will be fire. Look, what I did was I transferred my shredded chicken. You guys can pat me on the back because I did a good job on shredding this, right? So now we want to go ahead and add our wet mixture to it right now, all right? So we'll just do it like this. Now I could have saved on a bowl, by starting out, in this big giant bowl from the beginning. But the bigger your bowl is, I will tell you the easier it is for everything to work out, as far as like the folding technique, right? So this smells great. Now, I'm going to take my spatula, and I'm just gonna fold this over and get it all nice and wet. Remember, I'm using flavored Ritz as for my crackers. Any kind, saltine, anything you work with, If you don't have a flavor, we can always add yourself some garlic powder and some onion powder to it also, right? So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna crush these just like this, right? So I got about a 30, which is like a sleeve, so we just put these in here like that. And because I like for my food to be a little bit over the top, I'm gonna go ahead and add myself a little onion powder to it, just a little bit. I know you don't need a whole lot. Don't forget, we started with a flavored cracker, right? And now we're gonna go ahead and come with the garlic. And that's garlic powder, that is. Just a little sprinkle, just to level it up, right? You guys can tell I like that garlic. Next, we add our melted butter. Right, now we just give this a mix. To be honest with you, you might want to get in there with your hands and just kind of like just fold this over. Just mix it up. I'm not squeezing too much except for this big piece right here. I want to crumble it down, right? This butter, the garlic and onion. Don't forget this garlic flavored crackers. Man, you guys should be able to eat this with your mind right now. Some of y'all should be running out to the store immediately. Okay, so look, I got myself this is 11 by 7. It doesn't make a whole lot, but this still will feed a family of 4. And everybody can get a nice portion also. So what I did was I sprayed this with a non-sticking spray. Now what we're gonna do is we're just gonna go ahead and spoon our chicken mixture, which smells incredible, by the way. All right, we'll just put this in here just like you see. Now for those of you guys that do your dishes, you're gonna appreciate that, spraying these dishes. Because you're the one that gets stuck with it. Everybody wants to eat, but nobody wants to help you clean. So I guess I should transition into this part. Don't forget, I'll always keep hot soapy water at the ready, right? That way I can wash my dishes as I go, folks. That's a real pro tip. Now the only thing left to do is, now pay attention to this step right here, right? These them buttery cracker crumbs, right? I just add a little layer on top, right? About half. Once you guys make this, you figure out how you want to do it. Reason being, because I like to put some on top and I judge how it's cooking, by putting the crackers on the top. Now, remember that mozzarella that we shredded in the very beginning? Right, now we just add this on here. I'm letting you guys know this is today's lunch. I gotta feed a few people, so I'm sure it won't be nothing really left. I'll probably have to double this. We do have an extra rotisserie chicken. Once you got that layer of cheese that's on top of the crackers, now you just want to take it and put the remainder of your crackers on the top. Again, this is how we're going to judge how everything is cooking, because we're going to cook till this turns brown, right? Ooh, look at this right here. And it gives you a little bit of texture, let alone, good taste. Only thing left to do is we want to get it all, folks. Go ahead and cover it, shiny side up, put it in our oven. We're already at 350 degrees, right? We put this in the oven for, I'm gonna say, let's go 30 minutes. Then we'll take a look at it. And then we'll figure out what we're gonna do after that. Okay, so after taking that off, you guys can see it. Now what I'm gonna do is stick it back in the oven. I'm gonna raise the temperature up to about 500 degrees, and we're only gonna go in there for about 3 to 5 minutes. We just wanna get this, brown this up and crisp that, the crackers up. All right, so now when you take it out, this don't take long, folks. Remember, they crackers, but you see that right there? All we gonna do is, what I'm gonna do right now is I'm gonna take some pictures of it, make her a star. That's why you guys are here watching this video. And then we're gonna go ahead and plate. But tell me that don't look good. All right, so look, once you see it and you got it like this, now you guys brown to whatever, brownness that you like. I'm gonna go in here and just take some of this out. Kind of wish I had one that was more, no, that works. Now we're just gonna get underneath here on the bottom. And I'm sure everybody gonna fight you about having that crust on the edge, right? So we'll just add this in here like this. Oh man, I am ready to eat, folks. All right, so check it out. I put a little gem right here. I'm gonna give you guys a little secret. Usually when I make this, I use it as a dip, right? I do all of this, and I make a couple of these, and then I make these. Look at that right there. Tell me that don't look scrumptious. Let me go ahead and bring it a little closer so you can see it. Yes, sir. You put these out, get to your platter, stack them all up, and give these to your guests. They'll love these to death. I'm gonna go ahead and taste this. I'm gonna save this, just a treat for myself. I love the crunchiness. Man, it's really about that texture, right? So I'm gonna go in here and get me some. Oh my goodness. I know everybody gonna fight over that crust because it's everything. But if you guys go ahead and do them in the crackers like that, you'll be fine. Anyway, I'm not finna over talk it. Check it out. Cheers, y'all. Hold on. You guys gotta try these. I wish I wouldn't have never said nothing because I would have loved to hear, had heard, what type of ideas you guys come up with. But these right here is fire. And if you guys can get a visual, just imagine stacking these all on the platter, start stacking them up. On top of that, you can make a nice pyramid. So if you're doing anything for game day, this right here makes for a great dip also. So talk to me down in the comment section below and let me know what you guys would do. What would you add to this to make this even better? But with that being said, check this out. If you're new to my channel, let me take this time to say thank you for watching this video. Don't forget to like, smash that subscribe button, and just tell everybody out there. There's a channel out here that's simplifying these recipes and taking the mystery out of cooking. And you know what I'm about to do. I'm about to be greedy, y'all. We about to put that there. I'm about to drink this lemonade and I'm out. Peace.